Hey guys, so this is the part 2 to the Catwoman content. I actually looked at all the videos I had in the footage and it was a little bit longer than I thought, so there's not probably, there is going to be a third one, and the third video is purely going to be the last boss fight. I'm not sure why I did a D there, and the end cutscene. They're both going to be on 1.25 speed because it does save quite a bit of time without, drastically changing the game. You're not seeing anything die extremely quickly or not understanding dialogue, but the 1.25 does cut off a minute or two from each video, so it saves a lot of time there. So we just finished killing the tiger boss. We're moving on to the next wing. After each boss, you put the item in one of these 4 cats. So 4 cats, 4 bosses, plus the finale, which is 5. Because that's how you do math. Or maths, whatever country you prefer to call it. But yeah, this is the cheetah wing. So this is the second wing you go into. And I think the wings are preset. So you go tiger, cheetah, lion, panther, or boss. I don't think they're different. They could be, and I don't think the fight's any different from hero or villains. So as you can see, compared to the tiger, the cheetah is a little bit different, and it's like I said in the previous video, each of the wings has a specific idea to them. So the tiger wing, I'm not really sure. It says their agility. They're kind of a mix of the lions and the cheaters. They have a little bit of speed and a little bit of strength, but not an insane amount of either. The cheaters, as you see, they teleport around, and they use super speed, and they punch you really fast and push you on the ground, that type of stuff. So they're a little bit different. Each wing is a little bit different in the mobs you're going to fight. And a random panther that just decided you want to punch me. There you go, let's kill him. Panther lords are annoying. The fact that they're just invisible and they kind of come out of nowhere. So that is dead. And all of these mobs the same as the other wings. You can stun them, CC them in any way, lift them up, or put them in an ice block, whatever you want to do. This wing does have something unique to it compared to most others. And this is things that you usually find in like single player games, not multiplayer. But you have these sewer lines basically, and you are going to have these cheaters that are running at you, and they're invincible and they keep infinitely spawning, so you have to try and dodge them. If they hit you, they keep pushing you backwards slowly as well as doing damage. So the practical approach would be to dodge them all. I just go, what the hell, and really don't know what I'm doing. So a lot of the time I run into them or jump over them. If you have good gear, you can take the damage they do. If you're fresh 30, you'll probably want to take a more practical route around. Because at the same time, if they're doing damage to you, there is this continual dot of like 26, 30 damage. And I don't think I have any resistances or anything, so it should be like 30 damage for everyone. And you have to shut off 4 valves to turn this damage over time off. At each valve you get like a barrel explosion when you complete it, which heals you for like 76 a second for 5 or 6 seconds, so you get about 300-400 health from that. Basically it's just enough to cover the damage from the dots that might be happening. So nearly done here. Just going for the last one, and you can see where they're going to spawn before they do, or if you just hold back a little bit you can see them running. So it's not too hard to do this. Hoping you don't have any lag when you do this bit. Oh look, another Panther Lord. What are the chances? I hate the Panther Lords. Got hit by that guy. And here's the boss, Cheetah Claw. Not sure if it's a man or a female. Well, with that voice, I'm gonna say it's like Frieza from Dragon Ball Z, and I'm not gonna like really say what it is. This boss fight is a little different than the others. In here, you can actually lift the boss up. I don't think you can stun her. You can stun the ads that she, shim, whatever, summons. But it's good to be able to lift her up, especially if you're a controller, because it will save about 2 seconds or so. So there's 2 seconds where she can't shim. I don't even know. I'm just going to say it 2 seconds where it can't do damage, and if you want to use any of your supercharge abilities or cast time abilities, they might take a second or two, like telekinetic bolt. You can get it off. When you start sort of like getting into phase 2 of this fight, which is fairly early on, it looks like they unleash the poison in this room, and you get a continual like 20-30 damage per second. So I'm not sure if it continues forever or if it's a set time limit. But if you don't have good DPS, I guess this fight could be pretty hard, because you could wipe out, unless you're a healer, where you can heal yourself. If you're any damage or controller, you could get to the point where you can't actually heal. So that said, I mean, the fight's pretty simple. It's just a normal cheetah that you fight, but with slightly more health. So it doesn't do too much damage, but uses super speed and hurts quite a bit if you get stuck in there for too long. Like I said, the toxin is going to keep going over and over and over and over again. So I hope your damage is pretty good. If you're in a fresh 30, just keep your eye out. Try to, if you don't have much health basically in your fresh 30, just try to dodge the attacks and only take the damage from the green smoke, because that's unavoidable. So the third wing here is the lions. Now, one thing you might notice with the lion wing already is that there's not an abundance of mobs that you're fighting. There's not like 50, or not 50, that's a complete exaggeration. There's not like 4 or 5 tigers or 4 or 5 cheaters. There's like 1 tiger or tiger lord and a cub maybe, and when you kill the cub they join your side. That's because the tigers are a little bit stronger. They take a little bit more to kill, but other than that, I think they just stopped caring by this wing. So the first 2 wings take the longest, and then the last one is like easily probably 3 minutes, and then the other one is pretty much instantaneous. So you don't actually have a Neleon there. You don't actually have too much after the first 2 wings. That's where, say, like 15-20 minutes of your time is, and then for the last boss and the last 2 wings, you have like 10 minutes probably. Here we go. Got the little cubs attacking their fathers here. They don't do much damage at all. I kind of just let them die. You can save them if you want, but there's really no benefit to it. Boom, boom, boom. And like all the other waves, you can lift these up, you can stun them, do whatever you want. Pew. I kind of like pistols so far. I'm having a good time with them. A lot of people said the pistols are like overpowered for damage. I think that's actually fair enough, because my damage jumped when I was in alerts. My damage jumped from having a staff or hand blasters up a couple of thousand at the end of each instance. Maybe it's because I got better gear, but I think it's because they're just really strong. Pistols can do quite a lot of damage in a short time. So here's the lion boss, lion main. To me, he is basically the tiger boss. Nothing's really different. He does the exact same abilities. I mean, he charges at you and he pounds the ground. Does about the same damage, except I find him a lot easier than the tiger one. He doesn't, well, the tiger one was easy, but I find this one just as easy, if not easier. Oh, I'm tired. Shouldn't record these at like 12:35 a.m., not p.m. Well, wait, a.m., p.m., 12:35 a.m. Yeah, that's the early one, right? Wow. Yes, that's what I mean. 12:35 a.m. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I went on that rant. So yeah, you just punch him around, shoot him a bit. And actually, I noticed that this segment that I've got up right now isn't actually till the end of the boss fight, so he stops at about 10% or something. So in the third part, it's going to be the end of the lion boss, the panther boss, and the finale boss. So 3 bosses, or 2 bosses, and like the last part of this one, and you're also going to have the cutscene for the Catwoman content. That said, what was I going to say? I was going to close with something and I can't remember what it was. Right, there's no guarantee that I do kill the lion. I could die and that could be the end of the video. I might not, I might not die and might have some other videos. But yeah, part 3, that's going to have the last part of this in. Maybe I'll throw up some Valentine's Day stuff, but it's kind of boring. So yeah.